Hello there. How's it going? How's the volume today? I'm trying to verify. Because I don't want it to be... Oh yeah, music's still too loud. I don't understand why the music was so loud. Anyway. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, it's weird. It's like very finicky. Anyway, good evening. How's it going? Yeah, second day in a row. It's clear here and maybe at Starfront. We'll see. So let me get to it. But first, hello, Hot Cheeto. Called dibs on NGC 3888 or 3338. Let me see. Clouds suck. Yeah, it's a spiral constellation. Spring target too late. Hot Cheetos target. Spring target. Cool. Yeah. Let me get going here. Let's see. All right. Let's go to a blank screen. A screen full of possibilities. Okay. So again, I'll be testing out the new kind of ALP interface. I haven't done anything with it today. Was busy. Well, I'll get to that in a bit. One of the things I was working on was the Spectroheliograph, which there was no impressive image, but progress was made. Let me see what Starfront's looking like. Hey, it is clear there. Awesome. Well, let's try to take advantage of that situation and let's get things going at Starfront. And image. I actually have the S30 locally. I actually have it plugged in today, just so because it ran out of battery at the end of the stream last time, so I'm trying to avoid a repeat of that. Okay, sign in. Really? Okay, that took a little too long. All right. All right. Okay. So, just wanted to restart that. The first thing I'm going to go to, so this, I think I did look up the NGC3. What I need to do is, let's see if my to-do program is working tonight. Wait, let me just copy the link from over here. All right. hit the like. Yeah, I agree. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're watching this. It does help the stream. Well, while it's live. Let's see. I don't think I added this. NGC 3338. Hey, it actually added. I was having... Sinbad, I think, was having issues last time. It actually claims... Oh, yeah, see. It's, it is 48 degrees above the horizon right now to the west-southwest. So it's setting. So it's kind of on the tail end. We might be able to try it, but it might not. Well, we'll see. But Cosmic Ray's right. It would have been. It's definitely more of a spring target. So let me do the startup sequence first at Starfront, just to get that aligned. And then what do we want to try to do? What do we want to try to do? Yeah, it is a spring target, but we'll try it anyway. I mean, because from Starfront, since I have a fairly clear view of the west, I can image things pretty low. So at least we can try it. There's plenty of other targets to try, but we'll start with that. Now, unfortunately, I still don't have, since I didn't make any changes to my little to-do list application, I don't have a horizon. Probably need 3 or 2 hours of time. Oh, that's not going to happen tonight, but at least we'll get it pointed there. Oh! Yeah, well, we'll see. I was thinking moon's going to be a big problem, but well, Lagoon Nebula is going to be low still because it's to the west. I mean, to the west, to the east, and I don't know if it's risen yet. But let me look at. Let me see. So yesterday I started with M13 on the S30 locally, so I might try M3, Messier 3. Good evening, Dark Shades. How's it going? Thanks for joining. So let's see. Actually, because the S30 is kind of in this strange mode where I'm trying to control it, where I'm trying to use the new interface, but I can't point. The interface won't control the scope yet, so I'm going to use the app to do that. I'll try M3 and go gazing. It says I can't do it because it's over 85 degrees, except the scope is in equatorial mode, so I don't know what it's talking about, but whatever. We'll start with M13 then. I wonder if that's a bug. Or does it not realize it's in equatorial mode? I hope that's not the case. All right. So let's go back to plates all failed. This is at Starfront, and I have a feeling it's pointing at a wall or something. Yeah. So I will Actually, so what can I do? What can I point it at? Starfront. I can... What I sometimes do is I'll point something towards the north celestial pole with the hope that it'll kind of get unconfuse itself. So I might go ahead and try. I'd had good luck with going to Bodes, but maybe I'll try C3 for a little bit of variation here. So I'll go image and go to C3 and go, and we'll see if it's able to find C3 or if I have to manually intervene. Now, okay, so M13 is fine, so I'm gonna, like I say, I'll point it at another target once things are once it gets aligned and kind of calibrated. So this new interface, notice it's charging right now. It's got the little, can I enlarge that? No. Oh yeah. So you can see the charging indicator, and when it gets to 100%, it'll change to a charged indicator. So it's a little detail, but it's helpful. It doesn't have the cold or overheated indicator, so that will come soon. Okay. Let's see if this figures out. It's weird, it gets into this mode. No, it's not working. Where it seems to repeatedly fail. Then it thinks it's in a different position and it tries to go to the correct position, and then it fails again and keeps looping. And I'm afraid if the cord just keeps getting wrapped, that could be bad. So let's see, is this... Okay. All right. There we go. So it's just getting started. And I will try to figure out what's going on off camera. Yeah, they're easy to capture. I'm just trying to get something going, and I need to figure out what's going on with the Starfront. It's very frustrating, and I'm not sure if it's because I have that plate on there and it's slipping. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't look good. That's not good at all. Look at how the cords are wrapped. That's not good. So let me try to fix this. Oops. Yeah, sorry. It's just don't want it to break the cord. Sorry, I'm just kind of focused on it very briefly to figure out how I can hopefully... Yeah, I figured a while back that when it gets wrapped like this, if I move it to the right, it seems to help. It seems to unwind it correctly. Okay, so we'll try that. All right. Yeah, unfortunately it seemed like it got as far as it could and then stopped. And maybe that's the issue of why it was looping. Yeah, is the bright thing. Yes, unfortunately it is. Nice. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like in processing. Oh, wow. How much time was on this? Like that? Wow. Well put. It's the beauty of space. That's really cool. How much time was on this one? Oh, I see. It was 300 frames, 2 minutes each. So it was 10 hours? 10 hours of data? Is that right? That's cool. Then a lot of detail. Of course, this wasn't with a Seestar. Let me clarify that in case that was the an Explorer Scientific 152 AR with a focal reducer and field flattener. But I love the detail in that, and I like the reds, the hydrogen kind of starburst area there. That's really cool. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let me check in on the the great unwrapping of my okay, that's looking better. I need to keep doing it, but you can see if I reload it, see, I've managed to partly unwrap it. I'm trying to go slowly just in case I'm accidentally wrapping it. So once I get it a little further, I'll hopefully be able to get it to plate solve. And then, because the skies are so clear there at Starfront right now, I mean, it's no clouds or anything, so it would be nice to take advantage of that. Okay. I think I'm getting a bit more. But yeah, I found for my setup, if I go right, it always seems to help. If I move the control and ALP to the right, it always seems to unwind things correctly. I think I'll just go with that, maybe. So what should I aim it at? Maybe I do try doing C3 again. Why not? Is this a replay? This is actually a very elaborate rerun where I'm actually pulling in the latest comments. No, it's not a rerun. I'm hopefully gonna get the scope going here at Starfront. So let me, since it's now seems to be unwrapped, let me see, is C3 even visible? Yeah, it should be. Or it should be far enough above the horizon. Yeah. So let me go. And then I'll get something else going locally. I was trying to do M3, but it said it was too far above the horizon, which makes no sense because it's in equatorial mode and that shouldn't matter. So let's see if this... So it is going... Okay, it was off by a little bit. Okay, it's just refining the position. What I was seeing is it'll do a plate solve and like the RA would be off because there's this slippage in the RA, and it would say, okay, I'm going to 12, and then would jump back down to 6, and it's like, okay, so then it keeps rotating, gets to what it thinks is 12, plate solves, and it's like, no, I'm still at 6. It's like, it made no sense, but maybe it's because it maybe the cord was causing it to slip. Anyway, the dark library is being collected, or being captured, generated, and it should be done shortly, and we'll start. Are you stuck? Actually, what did I end up? I ended up doing the veil. I ended up finishing with the Veil. Exploring. No, I was doing the Veil Nebula last night, and that was the last thing I imaged on the S30, and then it ran out of battery, and that was it. But that was like at 1 in the morning or Central Time. So let me see. Okay, Dark Library is almost done. Now it's doing an autofocus, and then it should start imaging on C3. Meanwhile, let's see what... It really kind of bothers me that I can't... That it's refusing to go to M3, which is very strange. So if I go here and I pick object, and yes, it's high in the sky, but 85 degrees azimuth is, or altitude shouldn't be a problem. It's like their algorithm isn't taking into account that it's in equatorial mode. Anyway, okay. All right. So this is, I may want to change this to use the new interface, but maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. What else would be good for locally here? It's annoying that that might be kind of low. Problem is, from my backyard, there's kind of a dearth of objects that I haven't. I mean, it's mostly globular clusters right now that aren't behind buildings. Although, what's this? That's going to be near the moon, so that's not great. So what's not near the moon? That isn't behind a building. Because, like, Bodes is behind a building at my house. A lot of the other Milky Way stuff hasn't risen yet. What is that? Oh, you know what? Let me try that. 5, 6, 9, 4, 6. And I'll just let this one go, I think. Oops. 6, 9, 4, 6. See if this is actually visible. Because supposedly it's above the horizon here. I can't do that. Listen to Dave. How senses my memory fails. Hello, Wiley Sight. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Yeah, no, I mean, the problem was I was trying to do M3. That didn't work. So I did M13 just to get it pointing at something, but this is weird. What is it doing? That is very odd. wonder if it's, because theoretically it's not too low, but if it's too low, it will, in fact, it's trying to identify. I was trying to go to C12, Caldwell 12, which is the fireworks. No, won't be able to give a thumbs up. Oh man, that's harsh. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, maybe this wasn't an option locally. Oh, yeah, looks like a tree to me. All right, so that is too low. Hole in a cluster. Would be something interesting. That isn't a globular. Because, like, it's all globulars I've imaged before. Oh, sorry. You know what I need to do? I need to check this other survey. Close the pod bay door. Yeah, I've wanted to get a little HAL, like they have these reproduction or plans where you can 3D print a kind of the computer interface for HAL. Been meaning to have one of those. I could have it sitting behind me. Problem is, again, everything is, there's a bunch of stuff about to get rise behind a building, but it's not, none of it's risen yet. What is that? See, there's a whole bunch of galaxies down there. Oh, nice. Hello, KC Mule. That's waiting for twilight under clear skies. That's good. Oh yeah, I need to talk about that. As soon as I can find something to point this other scope at. Actually, you know what? Have I tried this from home? Let me try this. It might be too low. Might be too low. But we'll try it. I don't know if I've ever... I might have tried imaging this from home. Let's see. Yeah, so today I finally so I'd gotten the Spectroheliograph earlier this there we go. So this is Seath Caldwell 3. It's really kind of low surface brightness galaxy. So I'd gotten the Spectroheliograph a few days ago, and nickname Soul. Yeah, better get Soul. Or better call Soul. Yeah, it is faint. It is very faint. And the moon is up, which doesn't help matters. So I got the Spectroheliograph finally set up, and today, well, the weather hadn't been cooperating. Today looked good, so I went ahead and got it set up, and and I had seen people talking about like it takes a little bit of time to kind of get things figured out, and it did. I didn't get any successful images with it, but I did get its I was able to get the spectrograph of not the spectrograph, but the the spectrum. Anyway, I was able to capture something, but it wasn't quite, ideal. But I think I'll try again tomorrow, and it should be more successful, because I was able to scan the sun, but it was out of focus. I was able to focus on the kind of the lines on the spectrum, but I wasn't able to. I didn't get the focus right. There's like 2 adjustments you have to make to it separately, and I had gotten one of them, and the problem is, I had some technical snags and along the way. But the good thing is it's I got it kind of dialed in, or in a better position now, at least I think. What in the world am I imaging here? Let me see what this looks like. Yeah, this is kind of a hot mess here. I was trying to image the southern pinwheel, but that did not. That doesn't look great. Let me look at the picture-in-picture. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there weren't any clouds. Okay, cool. I think it's just too low to successfully. Yeah, go call Soul. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm probably going to do, it looks like it'll be clear tomorrow. So I was planning on doing another live stream, solar live stream, about probably around 10, 11 in the morning. Maybe I'll get set up. Zoowiki's. Yeah, C3 is very faint. Yeah, I'm probably going to move on to something else here. Probably will go to, let's see, that the one Hachito suggested. Let's see how high that is right now. Let's see. 3, or what was it? It was 3,338. Okay, it's still 41 degrees above the horizon, so I'll go ahead and try that just to get it started to see how it looks. And I'm gonna have to find another target for the S30, because this the M30 is looking, or not M30, M83 is looking a little not great. So schedule, stop the schedule, and image NGC 3,338. Okay, because it's like 40 degrees above the horizon, which isn't too bad. Okay. All right. So let's go back to this and see where this is going. And yeah. Yeah. NGC, yeah. So we'll see where. So what would be a good target for the S30? Okay. All right. Southern pinwheel won't work. Oh, the moon is about to come out. That's actually probably part of the problem with that specific. Oh man, there's some good galaxies there, but I'm afraid that's too close to the moon too. Oh. Where, oh where? Gosh. Okay, there is something there. Let's see. Oh man. Well, if enough time elapses, finally the some of the other stuff will be above the horizon. And the biggest problem I have is just there's a lot of obstructions here. What was it? Kazakure said I should have like a, was that a witch's walk? Get a something. What is that one? That's just afraid that, like, I'm finding some galaxies, but they look tiny, like another galaxy cluster. But problem is with the S30, that's gonna struggle with that. Oh. Yeah, there's all these other, it has all these suggestions, but unfortunately a lot of stuff is obstructed, so. Hello Sean. Welcome, thanks for joining. Yeah, the hurricane season. Yeah, that's great. There's been a few out in the Pacific, but so far, yeah, it's still early. Hopefully nothing too exciting. All right, so. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Did I just totally miss? Okay. just... Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is sometimes some of these, like most of the galaxies, are just kind of on the small side. I mean, there are a couple things in there. Okay, cool. All right. So, got that. And now... let's see. Okay. NGC 5906 supposedly has 3. Oh, is that it? Let me see if that's where it is. Wow, that is... Maybe that's another one that's too faint, but we'll let it go for a little bit. Good targets for spring with a Rasa C11. Well, I mean, I'm not even sure about that, because, like, maybe just a... No, sorry, I take it back. Not necessarily a Rasa, but a C11. Yeah, some of the galaxies probably would do fine with a C11. Yeah, this is maybe this is too faint. It's the Splinter galaxy, but that might be too faint for here. So let me go back to Starfront and see how that's going. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's see what else we can do from Starfront. That's a good suggestion. I forgot about that one. Let me look that up. Double. Let me see if I can see it from here. And if not, let's see. Epsilon Lyrae. Okay. All right. And it is... Oh, it's near Vega. Okay. Should I try it from here or Starfront? I guess I could do it from... Might be harder to separate, but I do have the extra zoom, so let me try it from here initially. Yeah, because the that splinter galaxy is, it's struggling in my skies, and with the moon up, and it's pretty low. So let me try. So I will go. I'll start. Vega. I'll start with Vega, and then I can. Okay, there is Epsilon Lyrae, and let's try doing that. And let's see. Okay, yeah, let me see. There we go. Okay. So that's Cosmic Ray doing the double. Okay. So I've got it on here. So this is on my scope. Wonder. Let me try doing a autofocus on this. Just, yeah, it's becoming more visible. Let me see. Yeah. It's a good test of the scope if you can split each star. Yeah, so it's is it focused? No. No, it's still autofocusing. Now, granted, this is with S30 from my lousy skies right now. Okay, so it should be done. Okay. Yeah, I don't see. Let me try imaging. See if that makes a difference. Yeah, doesn't look like those are splittable. Cool that I can zoom in this much, but yeah, I don't think it's it's Seestar seem okay. That's cool. Hello, Astro Chris. Welcome. Thanks for joining. What's their angular separation? That is a great question. Let's see, what is their angular separation? 2.6 arc seconds. One of the pairs. 2.3 arc seconds. Yeah, 2.3 and 2.6 arc seconds apart. That's kind of cool. It's 162 light years away, and it's actually at least 5 stars. There's a fifth component. And they orbit one of the pairs orbits each other every 1,200 years. So they're not, stars aren't super far apart from each other. The small one, the tinier pairs. Oh, hello, Ben. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah. It's 3338, I think. Oh, hello. You just touched. I'm sorry. Hello, Paulette. Sorry to hear that. Let's see. Yeah, any other suggestions? Okay, so we are up to yeah, I think this double is let me check on the double again. Yeah, I mean, like, they're so close to each other. I'm not sure if you can really separate them, but I would think they'd still be far enough apart that you could kind of tell like it was slightly oblong. But you know, I don't know. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, spiral arms are becoming visible, but they're kind of yeah. All right. any decent, yeah, refractor should split them. I should try those out with the. I should have seen, or I should have tried the refractor. I could try the refractor, actually, since the refractor's just sitting there right now. Let me look. Let me see what is happening with the refractor. All right. Okay, so let me go to Vega. Nope, wrong one. Go to Vega. Refine. So I'm trying to move the refractor. So speaking of which, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. As part of testing out the Spectroheliograph, let me see. Yeah, so this was earlier today. This was after the sun kind of had gone behind a house and I'd parked the scope. But here's the setup. So I have the refractor here, which originally I was going to use the refractor for the spectroheliograph, but I had seen some people saying that you shouldn't use Petzval refractors because they're more sealed. Like if you have a doublet, a normal doublet or triplet where the elements are all at the front, that's fine because there's no heat buildup. There's no kind of elements that are sealed in a tube where the air would heat up. Now Petzval it's a double, or a lot of times it's a double. So it's got a doublet at the front, doublet at the back. So somewhere around here. Like if you take the kind of the imaging components off and you look, you can see the rear doublet. And so heat would be able to build up in there. That was the warning. So I kind of originally I was going to do it and just try to hope for the best, but I'm like, I don't want to ruin this refractor. So I went ahead and put the imaging train back on it. You can kind of see it behind there, and put a solar filter on it. And then I actually pulled the guide scope off of the other off the reflector, and then here's the spectroheliograph along with the camera that I'm using for it, which is a mono tube tech. And yeah, so that's the rig. And the advantage of having this set up is I was able to kind of use the refractor as a almost like the roles are swapped. Like this is actually kind of acting as the guide scope. Like I wasn't guiding on it, but I was using it to make sure I was pointing at the right spot in the sky, that I was pointing at the sun. And then I kind of adjusted it to get the spectroheliograph able to see it. So it was kind of funny. It was like a reverse, like the roles were swapped. And here's a slightly different angle where you can kind of see a little bit better the two pieces, the refractor here, and then the guide scope with the spectroheliograph on it, and got the autofocuser and stuff, which doesn't really help except for the white light view. But anyway, so that was it's still set up with the spectroheliograph on it, but yeah. Alex can drive truck through the split. Yeah. Drill speed fence. That's one way to do it. I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, is this actually... Let me move this off camera so I can figure that out. All right. Yeah, I forgot I haven't plugged in my laptop here. Don't want it to die. All right. Oh. Okay, it was... Oh, the problem is the mount was... The sharp cap was kind of... seemed to be hung because it was wanting me to... sorry, it was wanting me to... it was trying to sync the coordinates to the mount, and it was more than a few degrees, and then it asks, like, are you really sure you want to do this? Okay, so 919191926. Let's see if this works. Hip 91926. All right. Okay. We'll see how that looks. Okay. Cool. All right. Why does it have this green tint? Something I did? Got the right flat. Thermal control is on. Oof. Oh well, let's see. Now, mind you, the refractor is a fairly wide scope, but here, let's zoom in a bit more. I have it on a fairly short exposure. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, I might be imagining it, but it looks like at times it's a little oblong. Like this one seems oblong vertically, and this more horizontally. Let me see. How does this work? How does this look from... But it's not splitting them, but it does seem consistent where this seems oblong. Yeah, like the right one seems oblong, side to side, left to right, and The other one seems oblong vertically, so. I'm guessing that's the doubles, or the closer double, the double. So yeah, using the dew heater, yeah. 3.3. Let me see. I mean, there's like a galaxy here. Let me see. So 3.3, 3.8. I mean, whatever that is, it's some PGC galaxy. Yeah, so this one here, if that's the one, let me look at the other view. If that's the one, oh wow. It's even fainter one. Oh, okay. I see which one it is. This is PGC 31930. It's this one right here. Is this one there? And there's a couple other fainter ones somewhere in here. I think it's this and this, like that and that. Are these two PGC galaxies? And that the one PGC 3100403 cosmic calendar or calculator. Cosmology calculator. Okay. It is 0.004033. Well, that's not that far. That must be a small one. It claims it's 56 million light years away. Or at least by one measure. But let me see. PGC 31930. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how far it is, but it is not clear. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, it's another one. Kind of cool. So let me go back to the double here. So this is the local double with the S30. Nice blue stars. And here is the, yeah, those are definitely oblong in a very consistent direction. Like massively pixelated, so we're not really separating the stars, but you can kind of tell, like, this one is oblong this way and this one is, like, maybe it would be more apparent if it wasn't if there was less turbulence. So cool. So let's see what else. So let's find something else for the S30, and actually maybe something else for this one for Starfront. So let's look at the to-do list. Oops. Is that a task or refractor? No. Like I say, I think the problem is it's just too wide of a field, and also that cluster or the double is pretty low, and so it's like right over a roof, and it might not be intrinsically bad seeing tonight, but it might just be because it's right over a hot roof. That was just a few hours ago baking in the sun, and probably is still pretty hot. So what? Okay. So I am going to go to the to-do list and sort what is highest in the sky. I think that one's probably, there's a lot of galaxies up, but oh. No, I'm not going to do that right now. That's kind of low. Let's, now that might be low. Oh. Yeah, I definitely want to let's see what we can come up with here. Oops. All right. All right. So the good thing is more things are starting to rise from the Milky Way core. Now some of them are kind of behind, still too low, but not for long. The shark, the dark shark. I see that's It's probably behind a building, and it would be hard to image from here. So... all right. Yeah, the problem is that there'll be a lot of targets here soon that I can image from my backyard with the S30. But right now we're kind of in this LDN just to cloud cruddy. That's frustrating. LDN let me see, LDN 673. That is pretty low. Oh, that is interesting. Why have I not... Did I shut off some of the catalogs? Let me check. Yes, I did. I'd shut off the LDN for some reason. Yeah, that is a really interesting one. Let me bring that up on the... yeah, it definitely does. Let me put that in the... LDN 673. This would definitely be more of a Starfront target. Let me see. How did Ben get the green star? I think it's because channel member. Although I think, yeah, boosted the Discord, but I think channel member is the... it's unfortunate because, like, of course, YouTube really... So I bought it like a Jacqueline. They really, like, they really want you to be kind of in their walled garden, or not walled garden, is use their features. So it would be nice if they added the ability to, like, tag certain people, you know, as kind of without them having to, like if somebody was a Patreon member, it would be nice to be able to recognize that on YouTube. This one is, oh, the bat. I had started imaging that, but that's going to take a lot of time. Yeah, it's to the east. I might wait a little bit to try that. One. NGC 371. Oh, wow. Yeah, here's another. That's cool. That is a cool galaxy, the 3718. I've got some time on that one, but nothing quite like that. Yeah, the Mika channel mod to the moon. That was Yeah. No, yeah, no, it's so far I'm usually it's usually been okay. Oh, a 10-inch astrograph. That makes sense. Makes sense. But see, that's why I really do want to get fast Newtonian at some point. This banjo case with the nickel. Yeah. It's like, what is it? The street performers that are so bad that you're like, I'll give you $1 if you just stop playing for a little bit. No, that's not nice. The thought has crossed my mind a couple of times, but usually in some places like New York, where there was a lot of people, like in a train station or something. Maybe I just didn't understand their musical style. What target? No, it is it's a smaller one. It's NGC 3338. So it's 3338. Yeah. Plays old scope boxes in the corner. Yeah. Kind of yeah. The Cheeto galaxy. Yeah. So let's find something else to image from Starfront. The dark nebula looks cool, but let's see. Yeah, it's almost due east, so I think I need to let it get a little higher, because sometimes oh, you know what I can do? This might actually be good. Oh, yeah. Got a lot of targets here. Yeah. And even though the moon is up, let me try. To find the window, I need to find and yeah, this will be better. Not better, I shouldn't say. It'll be better in the sense of it's been challenging because like in the evenings it's mostly been galaxies, and the Starfront the Seestar isn't always great for galaxies. But now we're finally, at least from Starfront, there's more targets on the table. So we're gonna stop this one, which has been going on for 37 minutes. So that's good. Got some good time on that. And let me, oopsie, sorry. Cheetos Galaxy. You never guess this. Busking, that's funny. Pinwheel, cool. The Miller one must off see first light. Yeah, it did. Yeah, even when the moon's up, I found that if I'm pointing far enough away from the moon at Starfront, the quality isn't too bad. So at least there's that. I hope this put on the light pollution filter. If it did not, then I need to fix that. It did not turn on the light pollution filters, so I will fix that And while I'm at it, I'll change the dithering. So, the nice thing is now the Milky Way is finally starting to get high enough without it being like super late, like before midnight. It's actually above the horizon. So I actually thought I'd start with the Omega Nebula. So we're back to being able to image some nebulas finally. Before midnight even. I forgot. How did Ray? Yeah, that was kind of the giveaway. Not a fan of the Maxitov. Yeah, it's the Omega Nebula. Yep. So I actually thought about doing the Eagle Nebula, but I was like, I'll do the Omega Nebula because I haven't imaged that one as much, and there's like so many targets over here now that are potentially on the table, so that's good. Like the Lagoon Nebula is actually now high enough. I could image that one next maybe, or the Trifid. So yeah, could do 1,000 panel mosaic. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's like so much in that area that, yeah, I could probably. All right, so I need to go back to figure out what. I'm gonna move this off screen. Got to figure out what I'm gonna do with what I should point this 30 at. Let's see. All right. What was that? Are you talking about the stars that were kind of jumping around? That was the double. And I was trying to see if the refractor would support if it could split the smaller doubles. Yeah. It was the refractor, and because there was bright stars, I was able to have the exposure at like in the millisecond range. So it was like tens of milliseconds, and so yeah, it was updating at like 30 frames per second. And I was trying to like I zoomed in, and you could kind of see the binary pairs were kind of elongated, but you couldn't quite split them. All right. So let's see if any of this goodness can be imaged from here. Oh man, it's so close. Oh. Actually. Yeah. There's a target I'm going to try imaging soon, but I think it's a little too low for the S30. Let me see. kind of frustrating that the sometimes that the Seestar catalog doesn't have a lot of targets. But I'm trying to go to a different one. Oh, that's interesting. I have no idea. Oh, the lumpy bumpy. Forgot about the lumpy bumpians. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh yeah. What in the world? Yeah, why are there 7 used carbon stars? That is weird. I was 10 minutes from reading a children's book. Hey, you could still do it. You know, with AI, you could probably crank one out. No time. Maybe send them back. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe they upgraded to the 200. Yeah, I don't know. That is really weird though. Why would they have so many? Lumpy Puppy sounds suspicious. Sounds kind of sus, huh? Paint by number Messier coloring book. I like that. I like that. Okay. So the target I'm imaging is still kind of behind a building with the S30, so I'll wait for that to emerge. Let's see. All right. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to that is so weird. Why? Don't tell me it crashed again. No? Sorry, I'm trying to get the refractor pointing at something. Yeah, no, it is a never-ending cycle. much beefier mode. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true. Why is the color on this off? Oh, that's why. There we go. That was silly. I was wondering why the refractor had that color cast. It's because I accidentally pointed. I accidentally had changed the white balance. Makes sense. Okay. So let's go. Yeah, binocular curious. Yeah, I agree. I'd like to. The one I thought was cool was the that 3D printed binocular that it has an option. They have several different models, and one of them was with the Pi Finder, so you could kind of use it. It does plate solving, so you can kind of point it at some area in the sky, and it'll tell you where you're pointing. Chameleon scope into pointing. Yeah, that could mess up one's brain. That does happen. It's like, I mean, here it would be helpful, especially mosquitoes. Yeah, exactly. What are they gonna drink? The metal? Never know. They're not always the brightest. Yeah. So I managed to get the moon on the refractor, mostly because I wanted to try to get the mess around with the Spectroheliograph camera. Let's see if I can do this without breaking it. Yeah. It's a spectroheliograph, but it's also a spectrograph. So, okay. Am I pointed at the right camera? Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay. Oh, hello there, Stephen. Welcome. Discord Moon Snap from Down Under. Oh, still daylight there. Let's see. Let me. There we go. New Zealand moon. Cool. All right, so seems to be doing fine. Only it's dropping a lot for some reason, but about 10 minutes of data doesn't look too bad, all things considered. Don't want to be mauled by a coyote. Yeah, I don't recommend trying to get into you don't want to get into a spat with one of those. So right now, off camera, I've got kind of the moon, and this is the Spectroheliograph, and I was kind of curious if I could get some kind of any kind of spectrum from the moon, partly to see if I could try to align the two scopes, because right now the main scope and the the finder scope are not pointing at exactly the same spot, which kind of makes it a little tricky. Cool. So let's do this. One thing I need to do is check to see if there's some kind of filter on the Spectroheliograph that's maybe gonna make things too dim. If this doesn't work, I'll do it in the morning. Which, yeah, as a reminder, I'm going to try again to do some work on, or try to, I'm going to attempt to image the sun again with the spectroheliograph. My first attempt was out of focus, but I did learn a lot in the process, so that was good. have a feeling there's a filter that I'm missing, but that's okay. All right, so. All right. Yeah, I like that. Nice. That's true. That's true. Fate. And hello, Chef B. Welcome. Well, I'm not. Just never mind. Coyotes don't go for humans. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unless they're rabid, I think. I think they can get rabid. While waiting for the dark to get here, I won't stream it again. I promise. Yeah. Let's try this. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, the Omega Nebula. It has. Yeah, it's not a bad target. And I kind of got a little frustrated because I didn't image it that much last year, and I don't know why, because it's a good one, and it fills the frame pretty well without kind of overflowing it. Fills in liquid. That was dry. Let me see. Where'd you post the photo? Or you'll just post the finished photo, yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, it's a great area. And maybe that was part of the problem, because from home, these targets are kind of low. Because I know that was the issue I had with the Eagle Nebula. Oh, okay. Other moon pics and moon. Yeah. Oh, so I was gonna check. So I did finally. This might be something I end up having to let go for let run for a while. But I pointed the S30 at the Tulip Nebula. So that is. I just started that because it just got above the horizon, above the what do you call it? One of the houses. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Hold on a second. Sorry, I should have framed this a little differently. Yeah, because yeah. Let me stop this and I'm going to reframe it a little bit. I'll move back to this while I'm at it. Have I dropped my S30 or 50 recently? No. Luckily, no. Yeah. I try to be very careful about that now. Yeah, and Cygnus. But what I'm looking for is let's see. Edda. Oh. That was silly. I didn't need to stop this. Yeah, I didn't. I keep forgetting that this was the S30. So let me go. Let's see. Wait a second. Go. Come on. Oops. All right. There's method to my madness here. Honest. Okay. Okay. There we go. I think that's right. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, so I need to, I need to double check this, but so I started imaging it again and see there's a double star right here. Well, it's not really a double star, but you see two stars right here. And if I'm not mistaken, that bottom one is V1357 Cygnus. V1357 Cygni. And that is also goes by the name Cygnus X-1, which is it's a binary system. Hold on a second. Excuse me. It's a binary system where one of the objects is a star. It's a blue supergiant variable. And the other component is a black hole. And it is a very bright X-ray source. It's one of the strongest X-ray sources in the sky. And it was it's one of the first sources that was recognized to be a black hole. So it's this I believe, I'll have to run a plate solve on it, but I believe it's this kind of reddish star. Although I don't know why it's reddish. Maybe it's the filter. It's messing it up. There's also some nebulosity around it, so maybe it's the nebulosity that's tinting it. But anyway, yeah, so Cygnus X-1, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to image the Tulip Nebula. Now, if this was the S50, these two stars would be kind of like right at the edge of the frame or slightly beyond, which is why I was kind of wanting to reframe it. And then I'm like, oh wait, this is the S30, so it's already in the frame of view. So anyway, yeah, so if you image the Tulip Nebula, Cygnus X-1 is right near it. And of course there's some really cool images of it. Let me see if I can find one of them. So like with other scopes, so there it is in X-rays, but if you look at it, there you see this kind of shock wave here. It's the bow shock from the emissions from the black hole. Basically the jet is interacting with some nebulosity and causing that. So yeah, that's kind of cool. If you want to read about Cygnus X-1, it's kind of cool. Yeah, black hole. And because people have requested on more than one occasion a black hole, and you don't image it obviously directly, but I was like, oh right, Cygnus X-1, and I'm like, where is that? Oh, it's right next to the Tulip Nebula. So it had been on my list for a few weeks to try to image it, the star. Recent M17 in live stream. Let me check. Whoa. Sorry, I got all discombobulated here. Okay. Live streams. Cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, so here's Stephen Fox's view of the Omega Nebula. So, kind of, oh nice, 3 hours. Cool. Cool. Yeah. no, the Omega Nebula. No, the Cygnus. So this I'm imaging from Starfront, the Omega Nebula, but the Tulip Nebula I'm imaging from the S30 here in the backyard. So yeah, you're right. It's the other scope that I'm was imaging the Tulip Nebula very slowly. But again, this is from Houston, so it's slow going. And don't worry, I'm not drinking this whole monster drink at almost midnight my time. Tulip looks hollow, yeah. It is. I mean, it's interesting, and of course some of the names. It's like I don't know why they're named that, but yeah. Cygnus X-1. So at some point I plan on imaging it some more, because I'm kind of curious. I need to look into it, like how easy is it to capture that bow shock, because that would be cool, especially from Starfront. Do a long enough exposure of the tulip. Like, would it be possible to get the bow shock from the black hole? Because that would be even cooler. Like, but I think I won't even attempt that. I mean, the good thing is it's just now rising in the east, so I've got a few months to try to image that, and it is on my to-do list, the astronomy to-do list. But it's got, I think it was before I had made a change to make it easier or more flexible with the lookups, and so I ended up having to pick like the HD star number to the Henry Draper number to enter it, because it wasn't taking like the V whatever Cygni into name. So yeah, anyway, so black hole, right with you hour on HSD. Yeah. Oh, like I say, I don't, I mean, it let me look at that again. That I mean, like, it's a pretty large structure. I mean, the tulip, the tulip doesn't fill the frame, but it's not like a speck either. So I was thinking that this structure is big enough that if I got enough time, but I need to look at it before I even try it. It's like, is it even possible? Oh. This was actually done with a RASA. 24 hours of time. Now, I wouldn't necessarily try to have as rich and nice of a photo. I just want to be able to, like, have some kind of wisp there from the bow shock. Yeah. Anywho. Chuck? Is that the same? Is that the same Chuck? That is the same Chuck. Oh, that's awesome. Well, there you go. Compatibility on Soul, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Well, anyway, so he, yeah, so like I say, I'm not trying to recreate a RASA image, but it would be neat to, see, to capture the shock. So about to get clouded out. Yeah, I was wondering about that, because like the moon looks okay, but like your camera, your kind of overview camera. But yeah, I can see the clouds now. Yep. Oh, and then the Seestar is trying to correct and like, but yeah, I do want to try this at some point, from Starfront, just to capture kind of the shock. Like I say, I don't expect to have that level of detail, but just to capture any part of it. So yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, imagine if we could see the black hole. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. But just being able to see the star and knowing that is an X-ray source that like was discovered in the 60s, and then they realized it was a black hole next to the star. It's kind of cool. Just dropped below 90 Fahrenheit. Yikes. And good evening, Chris. Welcome. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, here it's a balmy 80 degrees, 81 degrees. Downright cool. But it's only getting up to only up to 93 during the day here. But pretty humid. Heat index was about 100 today, but yeah, I have a cousin or some cousins and some other family too in Phoenix. Yeah, 102. Yeah, it sometimes I'll look at the temperatures in Phoenix, and yeah, it's pretty brutal there. We actually visited there in the summer one year, and it was quite warm. When does my X-ray sensor? It was funny because reading that article about Cygnus X-1, they discovered it from a rocket launch. So if I get the X-ray sensor, I'm also have to get it. I mean, I don't have to go to orbit, but I at least have to have a rocket that can get it up high enough into the atmosphere, above most of the atmosphere. So I remember years ago, Scientific American, the amateur scientist section, I got this book of articles from the amateur scientists from like the 60s and 70s, and some of them, like one of them was like making an ultraviolet laser, and I actually started getting some of the parts together for that. But the other one, I remember they had how to make your own X-ray tube, and they had some example photos of using the X-ray tube with like a nail into a 2x4, and you could see the nail through the wood. And they had the warning, do not use this to try to image your body, because it's not, like, the dose of X-rays is not safe. But anyway, the fact they had that in the, I don't know, part of me feels like that's not the kind of thing they would necessarily publish these days for liability reasons, especially, I think they had one on how to build a chemical laser or something like that. It could really cause some chaos. But yeah, balloon over Houston. Yeah, there'll be like all kinds of UFO reports, and turns out it was just me trying to launch my X-ray telescope. Yeah, I don't know. That might not be a good idea. It's like years ago, I read this article about a guy who had built his own nuclear pile in his backyard using, anyway, it was the federal government came to talk to him about it. I guess he had contaminated some of his yards, so they had to like take a bunch of topsoil away. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that kind of experiment. Anyway, so let me see. Let's see if there's anything else I might want to try. I wonder. Let's see. Okay, so go to let's see if this will work. All right. IRL, exactly. My old crazy neighborhood. I don't know if I want to talk about that. I lived in kind of it was there were interesting things that happened there. It was kind of a bit of a rough area with definitely would see some interesting police action in the neighborhood or just while driving home. All kinds of stuff. X-ray machine, only $15,000. Wow. Yeah, what was another thing I remember looking for? I was looking on a few years back, and I was looking on eBay and had run across some like commercial lasers, and some of them were pretty strong. USB dental X-ray sensor? That would be interesting. And then I could build the X-ray tube to test it out. It's tea time. So yeah, that's looking good. Okay, cool. Pre-processing. Let's see, I've got it. It is cooled. Now the question is, will it crash again? I hope not. Oh, wait, what? That's weird. All right. Sorry. Connect. And start and Yeah, if the Tulip Nebula doesn't pan out, there's now some more stuff that I can image. Like this is slowly getting some detail here. Yeah, I need to double check. I'm not sure that is Cygnus X-1, but I think it is. I need to look more carefully at Stellarium. Yeah, it was basically that was basically the design from what I remember. It involved like it might have been 10 on some kind of tube. I don't know if it was a vacuum tube or something, but okay, that is, we're guiding. All right. And oh, that's looking good. Like I say, hopefully this won't crash. The computer, I've had, when I do the live stacking, I've had it crash a couple of times recently. And it looks like it crashed. Nice. All right. This is with the refractor. I'm trying to mess around with it off stream, and unfortunately it seems to have crashed. So I think I will not do that anymore. And it's really strange because, like, I don't think it was crashing like that when I was doing solar imaging today. So it's just very odd. Yeah, I don't know. I might stop this at half an hour and move on to another target in the Milky Way. Although maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll do that. No, that's too small. Let's see. Okay, vacuum tube. Yeah, it was like a vacuum tube and a plate for the scatter. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, and it was, like I say, it was in the Amateur Scientist and Scientific American. So, and yeah, definitely like the video if you haven't already. It does help these live streams. And tomorrow during the day, I'm planning on doing a solar stream. Probably starting earlier tomorrow than I did today, but to try to get the Spectroheliograph working. But I also plan on, I might do an evening stream. It depends on the weather, but it looks like it might be promising here, in which case I'll do a live stream. Since I hadn't been doing a lot of live streams recently because of weather, I'm trying to maximize my time. So Star Traveler has M101, it looks like there. Down below. Okay, oops, bounced on the screen. So yeah, we're almost up to half an hour. So what to image next? Keep getting ads. Yeah, sorry about that. 6 minutes, that's not bad. Are these streams gonna cut into the 10,000 lines? Yeah, I'm sorry. It probably does. It probably will. I mean, I can do both, but I'll tell you, I mean, I knew it was going to be lousy weather, and it seemed to be lousy here and at Starfront, and you know, it was like on the 10-day forecast, it was looking bad. So I'm like, you know what, I'll try to make the most of it. But yeah, maybe I overshot on that, and now it's like, yeah, yeah. So yeah, the 10,000 lines of code. It's like I would be coding at this point sometime, several nights, like right around the time I was live streaming. Like during the week I was doing it, I'd start around 6 or 7 p.m. and go till midnight. So basically I was pouring all that kind of time into coding. But let's see. There's a bunch of stuff up now. And like I could do the Eagle Nebula next. But I think I might do the Lagoon. Because again, I imaged the Eagle a lot, but I feel like the Lagoon I never really imaged as much. What's that one? Oh yeah, the Chinese Dragon Nebula. That's a cool one. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why sometimes people use the batten-off masks. Oh wow, yeah, that's a pretty significant difference. How much did I drop on this? Man, it dropped a lot of frames. But let me go. I'm gonna queue up the Lagoon Nebula here. And nope. That's interesting. Lagoon. All right. It's funny, I had only put in an hour for the Omega Nebula, and because I mean, it dropped a lot of frames, it was up to an hour, and it actually had just ended as I was starting to enter the Lagoon Nebula. So it's going there now. Tulip's starting to get some data here, which, oh, I forgot. I've got my little zoom here. Yeah, and it's starting to get some nebulosity. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't detect that it's the vertical. Oh yeah, and you can see it's got 100% battery, so it's fully charged. 142 frames, no drops. Disk usage, again, it's still not real, but maybe tomorrow if I can get the, maybe I'll code while I'm doing the Spectroheliograph. I don't know. Like if I get it stable and working. Yeah, there's a lot of nebulosity. I mean, this is the S30 from here, so it's not too bad, all things considered, especially given the dodgy conditions here between the moon and light pollution. Oh, that's nice. It's a little offset from where I wanted it to be, but it's not even a minute of data. NGC, let me look that up. Maybe too low for Texas. Let me check. 6726. It is visible. That is visible. And actually it is up right now. I have tried imaging that before. I would I don't think I'd be able to ever image this from home, but from Starfront I definitely can. Because I did at one point like a late night imaging, like I had added to a schedule to run at like 4 in the morning or something, but it's now 10 degrees above the horizon, so it is visible. NGC 5906. I mean, I tried to do that earlier, I think. Who did tip of Texas to? Oh, right, Sandy the squirrel. So that's getting data pretty quickly. Let's see. Still clear at Starfront, which is good. Because they were talking about possibly scattered clouds, and yesterday that was, oh, I may have spoken too soon. I see some clouds coming in from the bottom of the all-sky camera. So, see down here, those are like sometimes there's artifacts from the bright moonlight, but you can see some clouds starting to move in. So we shall see how that affects things. But I'm still imaging here. This is Tulip. Slowly getting detail. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it was still showing the label. Right. Yeah. Um, it's because that's a good point. The so it's the new front end, the old back end for the video, and then there's a third piece which is kind of a new back end, but it's only implemented some things, and one of them is this, and it correctly gets the it correctly updates the battery level, stacked images, and temperature real time, but the target name, it doesn't update real time. It only grabs it when it starts up right now. So I just restarted it, and now you can see it's got the right target name. And actually, I mean, I've done that a couple times already tonight. Because that's kind of an issue I still need to fix. Yeah, I see some high clouds coming in at Starfront. Very weird. Okay. All right. So that is still, yeah, that's turning out pretty nice. I mean, for just a few minutes, not even 7 minutes of the Lagoon Nebula, that's looking pretty nice. I really need to move to the new interface, because I feel like yeah, it's definitely more efficient in its use of screen real estate. And I forgot I can also back this out all the way, and then I can rotate it, so then I can get, well, I should rotate it more so the tulip is the right way. Well, right way, quote unquote. Yeah. Yeah, the refractor ended up crashing, so I parked it. And I will be using it tomorrow for the Spectroheliograph. Okay. Yeah, my local all sky wasn't responding, so I ended up just rebooting it. Always a bit frustrating. What else might I want to image after Lagoon? I probably should stick to, since the moon is still up, I should stick to things where I can use the light pollution filter. That one's kind of low. Just kind of looking around in Stellarium. Okay. All right. Let's see. They look edible. Oh, evening, Brent. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Looking awesome in the Whataburger drive-thru. Cool. Love Whataburger. Of course, now I get hungry. We're doing the burger thing again. Yeah, Whataburger. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's. They have locations elsewhere, but there's a lot of them in Texas. I think it started in Corpus Christi. But yeah. 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 Yeah, it's no, I like Whataburger. I mean, it's fast food. They're definitely all over the place. Yeah, definitely better stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, they was it Whataburger? Oh gosh, I forget. No. I think it was Whataburger had some ridiculously large sodas. Yeah, I like Whataburger. I definitely like it. There's got a Culver's. Cool. McDonald's French fry recipe. Never going to McDonald's again. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. The one that I got kind of, that there aren't many of them in this part of Texas, was as far as drive-through fast food was what was it? I just drew a blank on it. How could I draw a blank on it? Sorry, Carl's Jr. I don't know why I drew a blank on it. For some reason, I really got hooked on Carl's Jr. when I was out and driving in the Southwest. McDonald's hasn't been good since '83. Yeah, I don't remember Culver's. Yeah, I mean, I might have eaten there, but I forget. The one it's not a burger place, but what's the name of it? Raising Cane's. I like Raising Cane's. As far as like fast food, but mostly I go to a lot of burger places. Okay, blue and white theme. Let me look that up. Culver's. It's a Midwest. Actually, yeah. It turns out we have three locations in the Houston area. They're all like at the edge, like the exurbs. Although there's one, that's still kind of far. There's one in one part of town that I sometimes end up in. Yeah. For me, I just wish they would include more sauce. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would include more sauce because it always seems like they don't include nearly enough sauce. But yeah, I really like Raising Cane's. There was one, oh yeah, there was one across the street from my daughter's middle school. That was so problematic because like picking her up from school, we just have to stop there. Yeah. Anyway, Taco John's, interesting. Taco and tater tots. Oh, nice. Yeah. So that was good today. That's cool. Were there a lot of people there? Oops. I do this all the time where okay, send some Discord. I'll take a look at that. Again, it's going to make me hungry. I didn't eat enough today. And it's almost too late to do anything about it at this point. Oh, that looks good. Very nice. Nice. That's cool. Very interesting. But again, it's over 1,000. That's cool. Nice. Carnitas guacamole. Again, it's making me come. Yeah. That's cool. Taco Cabana. Yeah. That's another place that we would often stop by on the way back from picking up kids from school. There was a Taco Cabana on the way home. Get some food. The problem is, there's nothing here that I want to eat at this hour, and anyway, it's fine. Pan fried or ribeye. Nice. I like garlic green beans. That sounds good. Again, you're making me hungry. Yeah, there were times where like I'll get something and eat it during the live stream, especially for the really long ones, like the 6-7 hour ones. But yeah, there isn't anything like that around the house right now. How are mosquitoes? You know the one that got me is, I swear there was like there was a mosquito in the bathroom off one of the bedrooms, and I have no idea how it got there because there's no windows and it's far enough from any place that would have in the house that would have had a door open. I'm like, I don't know how it got in. And so yeah, I was wondering, is it like living in the like, how did it get in? ASMR, yeah. I still need to do the ASMR astronomy channel. Maybe one of these days. Yeah, this lagoon is turning out nice. I'm tempted though to move on to another target. The drop rate isn't as bad. Yeah, that was something that showed up yesterday. Or not yesterday. I first saw it yesterday. It's a new thing on the live streams where, depending on how much you post, there's a ranking. At least on my view, I can see like community, and if you click on it, you can see who's ranked. Yeah, you're number 1, and Star Traveler is 2, and Cosmic Ray is 3. So yeah, it counts as ASMR. Yeah, I mean, yeah, means you speak the most often. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, for sleep. Yeah, no, it's I know what you mean. I've there's a few videos I've watched. The problem is they were ones that I didn't want to fall asleep to, and yeah, anyway. That's your Not Afraid of Coyotes badge. Nice. That was a throwback. That was kind of not a throwback, but a callback. That was a callback. Let's see. Let us see. What in the world? Do I want to do the Eagle Nebula? Yeah, I'll do the Eagle Nebula. I'll do that at Starfront. Image. I think I got a little bit of time on the Eagle, like in the last few weeks, and yeah, these clouds that have kind of not like yesterday where there were a lot of clouds, but definitely seeing some clouds at Starfront. Although maybe it was just that one clump, because it was starting to go on frame, but then it's kind of gone out of frame and there's nothing else. So that's good, at least for now. Let us see. Tulip's going well. How hard is it to attach the EAF? It's not hard. Dream stream, cool. I'll keep it up on the stream until I'm done. Yeah, it's not hard. is a couple of screws and I mean, I guess it would also depend on your focuser, but for one of my focusers it was a little more complicated, but the other one it was like super simple. It wasn't even complicated. It was, yeah. Maybe it was because the first time I put on one. Okay. All night long. Oh, good night, Star Traveler. Thanks for joining, and like I say, I'll keep this on stream until my stream ends. And if people want to watch after that, you can always go on the Discord server. Project tomorrow. That's cool. Yeah, that's true. Like getting the kind of the configuration. You had to make a unique bracket. Yeah, for mine, luckily the ones that came with mine worked. It just required a little bit of yeah, it was fine. Yeah. It definitely was fine. All right, cool. So the Eagle is chugging along. I don't know why I'm dropping frames here, but... And of course here's the pillars area, the kind of a little fuzzy, but it's only a little over a minute. And that is looking good. You don't want it to leak it. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Makes sense. It's like, especially if you've never imaged it before. No spoilers. Yeah, that's the... Actually, let's see what the all sky is. So that was the patch of clouds, and it looks like there's some stuff off to the north, but I'm pointing at stuff to the south, so that's fine. So my neck's getting stiff, but yeah, I'll probably go for about another half hour and then wrap things up for the night, since tomorrow morning I want to try to do something with the Spectroheliograph, and if it looks like things are going well, I'll probably stream it on YouTube. Like I was sharing some of it. I was sharing it on the Discord server, but I wasn't streaming to YouTube. But I might tomorrow. It just depends on how well it goes. If it looks like it's going well, I'll stream. If it's not, I won't. Yeah, with the tulip I see, definitely got kind of a lot of the nebulosity in the area. I mean, it's slow going because it's here, but it's making progress. And honestly, that'll probably clean up well. I see like some major gradient there, but probably it'll clean up well. I'll have to try that out. maybe tomorrow. Tune in while obsessing and cursing. Yeah, no. Hopefully it'll go smoothly for you. Okay. Good night, Benji. Thanks for joining, and have a good night. And yeah, I'll probably be calling it a night as well. My shoulder is a little sore. I think maybe it was all the stuff I was doing earlier today. Yeah, I mean, it's, at least for me, especially on my one scope, it was like removing one of the focuser knobs, and then figuring out it just had like an L bracket, and I just had there were screw holes on the bottom of the focuser, so I bolted the plate into that and bolted the focuser to the plate, and then like it came with a few different, I have the not Gemini, is it? Anyway, it's a inexpensive one I got off AliExpress, but it works the same. It's the same and otherwise, and just had, yeah, it came with a few pieces that adapt to different sizes of like the focuser, the axis on the focuser, and I just picked the one that fixed, and kind of yeah, and that was it. But it was basically, like I say, remove and then two pieces, yeah, the bracket and three pieces: bracket, the focuser, and then the kind of the adapter, and that was it. But yeah, hopefully it'll go smoothly for you. And it definitely, I had it boxed up for a number of weeks before I finally put it on, and I was annoyed at myself that I didn't do it earlier. Yeah, I must be a vampire. Yeah, I definitely tend to have an easier time staying up late than getting up early. And it's been that way since I was young. So it's not always a positive thing, especially if you have to be at work at a certain hour or school. It wasn't always good. But when a friend called me at 2 a.m. needing to be picked up because their car got towed, they I guess they called me because they knew there was a good chance I'd be awake. Yeah, mine was a few weeks, and it became kind of like a recurring, almost joke where Seiko who's in Australia was talking about flying to make sure I get it installed, but I finally got it installed. It was a few weeks for mine as well. And I bought two of them because I got one for the refractor and the reflector, and they were sitting in the box. Yeah, and it was like right next to the telescope. But once I installed it, I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? It makes things so much easier. Because even though I still don't have it doing the autofocus automatically, I do manually focus it. But I can do it from inside without having to be outside kind of filling around. I can have sharp cap up and I can adjust the focus, so that's nice. Yep. Yeah, that eagle. So, yeah, I like this. That's the. Let me see if I can zoom in here a bit more. See, that's why I ended up adding zoom to the the new version, because what I was having to do is, like, the browser zoom would only get me so far, and the so I had to use the zoom plugin, so between the two I can get more zoomed in. But yeah, here's the pillars area that was made very famous by the Hubble. And again, it was one of those, I mean, for me, it was one of those Hubble images that, this one, it was one of those Hubble images that I'd seen, and I hadn't really connected the dots on where it was. And then it kind of struck me that I was like, oh, it's this thing right here. That's the kind of the pillars there, right there. So yeah, that I got a kick out of that the first time I realized that. But yeah. The drop ratio isn't too bad. Cool. Looks more like a Godzilla. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, again, some of the different names, I don't always know why they name things the way they do, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think, but it's nice because, like, there's so many targets now, and like the eagle, it's almost 40 degrees above the horizon right now, so it's getting nice and high. So in a few weeks it'll be just that much earlier in the evening, which will be good. Yeah, things, I might even be able to, it's behind a building at home. But like the North American Nebula now is above the horizon here, or not above the horizon, but above a house here. So I can actually image it from home now at this time of night. It's still pretty low, but Elephant Trunk is above the house. Wizard Nebula is almost there. Cocoon Nebula is almost there. Like, I can image them from Starfront, but from here, Veil Nebula is visible now. Like, high enough. Crescent Nebula is definitely visible. So, that's cool. So yeah, all that stuff is isn't until like after 11 p.m. here that it first gets above the houses, but won't be long. It'll be pretty early. I mean, much earlier, so. Or earlier enough where, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit. But yeah, I think the more I start rambling, the more I'm like, yeah, I should probably start thinking about wrapping it up, because I still have to bring in the both of the telescopes from the backyard. Yeah. That M101 is looking nice. That Star Traveler left below. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that, mostly because I'm gonna be doing another stream, hopefully in a few, maybe in 10 hours, with the Spectroheliograph. Might be able to do a stream tomorrow night, if it's clear. If not, I will not. But yeah, it looks like the upcoming week is going to be hit or miss. So we'll see how that works. You're gonna go? Yeah. Yeah, good night. Good night, Chef. Good night, Steven. Yeah, see y'all later. But yeah, keep an eye out for it. I'm hoping that the cloudy pattern isn't returning. It looks like there might be some kind of intermittent times where I should be able to stream during the week. If I don't stream Sunday, I'm just kind of trying to look ahead. But yeah, in the meantime, thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for Star Traveler and Cosmic Ray for sharing their scopes, and Stephen Fox for sharing. And yeah, thanks, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good evening, and the rest of your day or night or where. Anyway, good night.